ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। संसारदुःखजलदस्य पतितस्य काम क्रोधादिनक्रमकृकौलीकृतस्य दुर्वासनस्य निकृतस्य निराशयस्य चैतन्यचन्द्रमम देहि पदावलम्बम्। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपीकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्ष्ये क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्न वृन्दे नुमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। बोलो हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। One more time. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। So name of Thakur ji? Sri Mahaprabhu Radha Govind ji ki jai. And Giriraj Maharaj, of course. Don't tell me about Giriraj. You know I'm a thief. No, I'm not looking there. So, Mataji asked one question. What do you mean by mercy of Krishna? Is that one fruit which Krishna is going to fall and we grab that fruit and eat and that's the mercy? What is the mercy of Krishna? Radha Priya Devi?
Mercy of Krishna is that first of all, he himself takes an incarnation and becomes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has come to liberate all of us. And then he sends Sri Guru to help us deliver and bring gold back to them.
Okay. So Didi said, Krishna, he made most merciful, compassionate form as Sri Mahaprabhu. And he sent his mercy, his representative as Sri Guru, who comes to deliver us. This is the mercy of Krishna. So, Nama, any other answer?
Gurudev.
Gurudev. Krishna, any answer?
Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hemant, what is your perspective on this?
Last minute student.
Huh? Backbencher?
Mahaprasad.
Yes, Haribol.
After 1 hour. Toilet Hari Katha, then Mahaprasad. So what they said is 100% correct. The most compassionate form of Shri Krishna, even though all the avatars, Keshavadhrita, Meena Sharira, Keshavadhrita, Kurma Rupa, Keshavadhrita, Sukara Rupa, Keshavadhrita, Narhari Rupa, all these incarnations represent one of the rasa of Krishna. How many rasas are there? 12. So Matsya, Kurma, Vara, Narsingha, etc. All these incarnations represent one of the rasa of Krishna, because Krishna is Akhil Rasamrit Murti. is the one who relished all the 12 rasas incomplete. He is the embodiment of the object of worship, Vishaya Vigraha, and is also embodiment of 12 rasas, the subject of worship. But Mahaprabhu is not incarnation like Matsya Kurma Vara. Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, compassionate form, and he extends himself as form of Shri Guru. And Shri Guru gives us Mahamantra. So this all compose the mercy of Krishna. But one thing is lacking. all these ingredients are there, but how to get connected with this ingredient? With Mahamantra, with Guru, with Mahaprabhu, with Krishna. The most important ingredient is that connection with Mahamantra. Mahamantra is prevailing all over the universe. Yeah. Shri Guru is present in all over. In this universe, other universes, everywhere. The pastimes is going on all over. And we are also here. All over. Being conditioned all over. But what is that connection? A connecting link with Shri Guru, with Mahamantra and Mahaprabhu and Krishna. What is that connection? Seva. Seva is that connection. Understand? Without seva, knowing entire Srimad Bhagavatam, Gita, all scriptures, without seva, doing any ritual or any worship is not a connection. Now we can say chanting Mahamantra is seva. Yes, if we include that Mahamantra in seva, then. You understand what I'm saying? But if we are not including that Mahamantra in seva, but just for the sake of chanting or for the sake of, because my Gurudev told me to do this, and I'm doing for as a ritual, as like a fulfillment of my promise at the time of initiation. So, right in the beginning, the intent of chanting Mahamantra is very important. Even delivering lecture or hearing lecture, chanting, or even giving initiation, giving diksha. What is the intent of that? That matters. Preaching, opening center, worshipping deities, worshipping Vaishnavas. If the intent is seva, then one feels connection. But if there is any other intent, then connection is lost there. Some virus is there. Connection is lost. The connecting link is, the password of connecting link is seva. Yeah. So, if we want to get out of this conditioned state with higher consciousness, because it's just the consciousness which matters. A person walking on the street and seeing temple doesn't care, because his consciousness is not that elevated to understand what's going on here in the center. Even if they look through the glass and saying, oh, what is this? Even if they know what is this, they are not willing to enter in to at least bow down to Lord or to hear something. That means lack of seva attitude. Everyone has some attitude or the other. But seva attitude is the best attitude. And that's why the true servants of the Lord, they also have ego, they have attitude. And their ego and attitude is seva attitude. Even their desiring for something is seva. Even their fear of something is seva. Even if their anxiety of something is seva. Because they are fully centered around Krishna, or the activities are surrendered about Krishna. Whereas a normal, say a regular person, his or her life revolves around one's household activities. Everything. This is practical. We can think about this. Revolves around just my family, my family, my family. But when a devotee takes Krishna being so serious in his life, although we worship Krishna, we believe Krishna, but taking Krishna seriously in life, that's another level. We are not taking Krishna seriously. We are not taking the words of Krishna seriously. Understand? Bhagavad Gita, there's so many verses. Who spoke that? Krishna. But we are not taking those words seriously. This is the entanglement. We are not taking those words seriously. Moment a person desiring to take Krishna seriously, means his word seriously, then there's always upliftment of consciousness. And moment there is upliftment of consciousness, seva mood or seva attitude immediately develops there. Krishna means Krishna seva. And that's why Radharani, she's always serving Krishna no matter what. Even her weeping is for Krishna. Even her so-called jealousy, which is not true, is for Krishna. Her decorating is for Krishna. All her activities revolves around Krishna. She is not a sannyasi. And there are many who follows the footsteps of Radharani, no matter brahmachari, grast, vanprastha or sannyas. Center point is very important. This is a key point. Who is the center of my life? Very important. Now, I'm not speaking phonetically or to be very practical. We are attached to our family members, children, husband, wife. And it's not that we have to just kick them, oh, I love Krishna, go out. It's not like that. But it is in our head, even if we reveal this to someone or not, we can judge ourselves, who is the center of my life? Not family, my life. It is very, very essential, very important point to deliberate on. Who is the center of my life? Where my life is going? And how I'm serving Krishna in my life. How I'm serving Krishna as a sannyasi or how I'm serving Krishna as a grasta. How I'm serving Krishna as a student. How I'm serving Krishna with any area. How I'm important to Krishna and how I'm making Krishna important to me. The connection link is only seva. And that seva attitude, it's so easy to say, Shri Gurudev, you are the embodiment of mercy. But why? Because from beginning until the last breath, Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev, all acharyas, what they did throughout their life, just sat on the Vyasasana and get worship from the disciples, or bring food for me, massage me, get hot water for me. This is all what they're doing. if we see the life of all the devotees, they are always serving Krishna. Every time serving Krishna. So that chanting of those devotees is serving Krishna. Not that my Gurudev told me, okay, you have to chant 16 rounds a day, which many don't even chant 16 rounds a day, which is bare necessity. It's for survival. It's not even comfort and luxury. It's just necessity, survival rate. You know? So if I proudly say I'm disciple of Gurudev, then what is that? What is that makes you proud of being a disciple of Gurudev? If I'm not chanting even the basic, which he gave in the basic, if not on the basic level, how I can think I'm serving my Gurudev? Shri Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Kauriya Ekya. What is the meaning?
Make the words of Shri Guru one with one's heart.
To make the words of Shri Guru once with heart, oneness with the heart. And the very first glimpse or interaction with Guru, he always tells us, okay, here's the mala, start chanting 16 rounds every single day. Whereas he wanted us to chant 64, but sorry, that's too much. Not even 6 rounds, but to speak of 16. Then what is my seva to Guru? I'm seeing this failure so many places. So many places. And that's why I'm telling this. This connection, why these thoughts or realizations or inspirations not attacking my heart or my mind. Why not? I'm lost, I'm disconnected from source of seva. Means a big volcano of seva. Even though I'm connected and somehow my name is there. Recently I was in Hawaii. Shravan Prabhu said something very important. I really liked. He said a very beautiful point. He said, what a child needs to do to hold the legacy of father or parents. What a child have to do to take the legacy of the parents. Any qualification required there? The child only has to live. Only this the most important one, living. If the person is dead, then you can't have legacy. The only most important one is living. And you understand what I want to say. Living means what? For many, living means breathing oxygen, eating and having water. But yes, this is true for ordinary living. But for Vaishnav, for devotee living, they can't live without seva. So the legacy of Gurudev, because we don't know who Krishna is. We're just worshipping as a deity. He's not even speaking. We believe he's Krishna, but we don't like fully conviction, because once upon a time Gurudev said in his lecture, if we believe actually Radha Krishna is sitting here, then there is a time to go out inside room to eat or to sleep or to go here and there. No. So what do we believe? It's a deity, form of Krishna. Yes. So how much trust and faith we have? Because there is no interaction here. But the interaction comes, interaction is there with Shri Guru. And therefore he corrects. And therefore he inspires. So that's the connecting link. Well, it's just connection is not enough. One has to be living to hold that legacy. Living for a disciple and a devotee means seva. That's all. How much I'm serving. My chanting mantras, my chanting Harinam, or whatever I can do to serve the mission of my Gurudev. It's very important. So the connecting link is what? Seva. Seva sadhak rupena tab bhav lipsukna karyat braj lokanusarat. Serving as sadhaka. We are not siddhas. We are still sadhakas. Okay, that's understandable that there are ups and downs because of many kind of association around us. But that ups and downs will always be going to be there. There is no end to that. But living in that ups and downs, am I continuing my seva or not? That is the most important part. Just like there's ups and downs in business, in work situation, in family situation, still we continue to do that. Even taking so much pain, we continue doing that. Because this is for my life and my family life. The same rule applies with devotees. Oh Krishna, I'm afflicted with lust, anger, greed, all these shortcomings in me, my flaws and all that. That's understandable because you are a sadhaka, you are not a siddha. But being in this situation, am I continuing my seva? Or my seva is declining? Or I'm doing more and more seva? This has to be in the head. This is a connection. And when this connection comes, then mercy of Krishna, he acknowledges. We have to believe, he acknowledged this. This is called mercy of Krishna. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Gosai Maharaj used to say, service is, mercy is not a fruit which is going to fall from sky. Oh, I received the mercy. Mercy itself is there in seva to Guru and Krishna. What that means? If I am getting any seva from Shri Guru and Krishna, this itself is a mercy. There is nothing else. Mercy is not something. I'm going to get 2 horns. He means Krishna, taking me seriously and is always engaging me in his seva. This is mercy. If you ask Hanumanji, what is a mercy? What is a mercy? What is going to say? Ram is always engaged. Shri Ram is always engaging me in his seva. I don't think so. Anything beyond this mercy. This is the mercy. You ask Arjun, Pandavas, any devotee, they're always longing for and not satisfied with whatever seva they're performing. And therefore, Shri Bilmangal Thakur, Shri Jayadev Goswami, and all those saints, even though they were in Grastha Ashram, there are many, Grastha Ashram. Bilmangal Thakur, which ashram he belonged to? Yes? He was a Grastha. Was ordinary, regular Grastha? He was attached to a prostitute.
That's pretty normal today.
I'm not saying it's pretty normal today, but that was, so it is normal today. But what I'm speaking is, that era when religiosity, spirituality was very powerful, then back then it was not normal. Shri Bilmangal Thakur is like, prior to Mahaprabhu, So he's not even in Grast ashram. But he took Krishna seriously. And taking Krishna seriously means the words of Krishna seriously, and what he did, we all know. Kya kiya tha? Took his eyes out. Can we do this? Horrible.
Don't. Please don't.
Please don't. Because he took those words of a prostitute, Chintamani, so seriously. It's all about how we take our practices in the words of Krishna or Shri Guru seriously. That matters. I'm speaking on a very grounded, practical level. I'm not on a philosophical level yet. It's a very practical, grounded level. He took those words so seriously. We have no other option. These are examples of ideals. Not ordinary example. A person who is attached to a prostitute and can't survive without seeing her every single day. And he can become a pure devotee. That his words became pleasing to the ears of Krishna. Krishna Karnamrit. He took the words of not Krishna seriously. He took Krishna seriously in the words of prostitute. He didn't take Krishna seriously, otherwise he would have not done that. He took the words of prostitute seriously for Krishna. We read, we hear so many slogans and some advertisements and all that. Sometimes those words inspire us. I'm speaking about myself. When I was very young and I was still thinking, shall I stay home, study and continue my father business, or should I renounce for Vrindavan? I was like 50-50. Conviction was there, fear was there. I'm speaking on a very practical level. You know, I'm a sadhaka. I didn't fall from sky. I'm not an alien. A UFO came and they throwed me, and it's not like that. So I was thinking what to do. And in India, giving up, especially a boy, leaving family, is a big deal. It's not that easy. Yeah. So I was thinking what to do. Sometimes my consciousness was getting 100% Vrindavan, but then a fear. So I wasn't taking Krishna word seriously. And that word says, Ananyas chintya mam, je jana paryupasate, tesham nitya bhuktanam, yokshem. What's the meaning? Any guess? Doesn't matter. I don't know what, I don't want word to word translation, just a mood.
I just recognize the Sanskrit. I just recognize the Sanskrit, I can't remember the name.
तुम बोलो.
Maharaj, I think this is Bhagavad Gita Maharaj. So I think it says, I'll take care of you. I think that's just
Take care of you.
Krishna is saying.
I carry what you lack, that's right. Okay.
Yes.
For those who worship me, I carry what they lack and preserve what
Okay,
they have.
he knows the answer. Go ahead.
Ananya's
Loud.
One who
You like me, soft speaker.
Yeah. One who fixes his mind in one pointed devotion to me, I carry what he lacks and preserve what he has.
I
carry what
I personally
yeah.
carry that.
Yeah.
Not I'm going to send someone to carry.
No, personally.
I personally carry this. If one is one-pointed devoted to me. Now, one-pointed devotion, this is again a big lesson, a big class. So I wasn't taking the words of Krishna so seriously. Even though I was reading Bhagavad Gita, hearing this again and again, conviction was there, but a little shaky. But then, one of my very close friend, we were standing at a bus station and there was an advertisement. And it was written there, "It's your life. Think about this." And this was going on in my head. This or not this, this or not this. Because it's a very big decision. It's not so easy. Understand? So moment that I saw this, it's your life, think about this. That just got stuck in my head. I wasn't asleep that night. I was thinking, it's my life. It's my life. It's my life. Every individual is his or her own life. Understand? This is a very bitter truth. If I eat, I'm going to get energy. Not that my friend sitting next to me get energy. I sleep, I eat, whatever. So we are all are individuals. Even though we are related to each other, we have love, affection for each other, but end of the day, we are all single. And end of the day, we're all going to go single. Recently, I was in Hawaii. One of Gurudev's disciples, he passed away. The whole family was there. Practical. I was thinking this. What is this? The husband is lying down. His wife is crying. Children is crying. What can they do now? Can they do anything for him? No. Nothing. This is bitter truth. It's very bitter. But this is a truth. Understand? So it's your life. Think about this. Seriously. Thinking about this.
So Gurudev, I guess we know what decision you made. And I was just wondering, after that initial decision, did you have further thoughts after that? Or once you made that initial decision, were you just even Stephen from there on? Or
Yes, pretty stable. After that, no backups.
Smart man.
There was no detour. Straight. When a flight going, I was coming from Hawaii, turbulence, big turbulence. The flight was shaky. Everyone was like, a little bit. But pilot can't take the flight back. He has to just go straight. Even if it is stormy or whatever. He can reduce the speed or go up and down, but he can't go back. Just one straight direction. Even there is turbulence. And I was thinking, I tried to relate every incident, something with Krishna or the way of life we live. I was thinking pilot cannot take the flight back. He has to just go straight no matter what. Sometimes they have to go in the clouds where there's thunder. They have to go, they have to take that risk. There's no detour. So after that was pretty stable because I didn't want it to come back. So that's why this decision was hard in the beginning. Okay, this was a test. You understand? This was a test. I'm just giving one example of my life story. Yes.
So you mentioned that once somebody's left their body, there's nothing you can do. The family can't do anything. But we're told that
Yeah.
if someone becomes Krishna conscious, then the liberation of their forefathers and the liberation of their downline is assured. Can you explain that, please?
I didn't finish my thing yet. Then other test came. The test of comforts. This was a test. So take life seriously. It's your life. No matter we have friends or whatever around us. The next test was, my father came with a big stack of money. And he said, okay, you live comfortable in Vrindavan, spend as much as you want. I will send you more money when it is required. I said, okay, thank you. And that was over. But what decision after getting that money? I could have used that money and I would have asked again and again this money. But ananyas chintamam je jana paripasate, then it's not going to be one-pointed devotion to Krishna. That means I'm taking help and support from my parents for my survival in bhakti. Then where is the surrender mood? Where is the surrender mood then? So I got a very good friend of mine, my godbrother, Madhapriya Prabhu. We discussed on this and he said, don't use a penny from here. Even we have to be begging in the streets for survival, but we are not going to use this money. I was fully convinced that because it's just like straight, there's no return. Then we came to Gurudev. It was year, I think 95 something. Yeah. So we came to Gurudev in Mathura and I gave all that money to him. And it looked like, 100 bills, one big stack of 100 bills. In those days it was a lot of money. I could have used that. But then there is not Sharanagati. So I gave to Srila Gurudev. And when he asked, oh, so much money. It was a big money in those days, है ना? 10,000, 100 की गड्डी. So then Madhapriya explained, his father gave him money to stay in Vrindavan. And he's thinking, I came Vrindavan, rejecting everything, renouncing everything. Then let Krishna take care of me. I don't want to survive on something else. That is, I'm not showing off, but I'm saying this means taking Krishna seriously. Whenever, in any of the decision, if we take with the mood taking Krishna seriously, then effects are always there. Always there. And this is not just my story. This is story of so many brahmacharis, grasthas, sannyasis, so many devotees I come across in this 30 years. Taking Krishna seriously. And then Gurudev was so happy. He embraced and gave blessings to me. Since then, until now, Tesham Nitya Bhuktanam Yogshem Vahamyam. He's always helping. Understand? Renouncing, that was like a testing point. That was a very big testing point. So supply is there, but how I am reacting on that supply, Krishna is acknowledging this. And very possessive is his nature. He is very possessive. If he feel anyone interfering in his affairs or his interaction with someone, if there's any interference in that and we give importance to that interference, Krishna step back. He's very moody there. He's very moody there. I gave lecture on this in Hawaii. It's second or third day. He's very calculative, he's very moody, he's very sensitive on that. We don't want any interference. The moment, and if we pass this test, then there will be never any lacking in the life. So luckily with that one good decision, luckily, I wasn't even now I'm not that strong, but I'm just saying the decision was very good. And money went in right hands, the best hands. Shri Gurudev. So isn't it Krishna acknowledging this through his pure devotee? And from that point to this point, now I have a temple. And supply is coming from wonderful devotees. They're helping me. But why they're helping me? Krishna is inspiring their heart. Shri Gurudev is inspiring their heart. If I'm thinking they're doing because of me, I have no personal relationship with them. I'm not their nephew, nor son, or whatever. Our connection is, I say very bluntly this, I have no personal connection with anyone. Even I tell to my students, my devotees, I have no personal connection. We are not like a material family, a spiritual family. Material family is blood relation, right? But spiritual family means the only connection is you chanting, I'm chanting. You doing seva and I'm doing seva. So our connection is chanting and our connection is seva. That's why we are connected. And moment we lose these two, chanting and seva, immediately we get disconnected with Shri Guru. Our connection is, because Gurudev used to stay with Radha Priya Heman Prabhu house many years back, and many other devotees. So what is that connection? Even though his spiritual father, spiritual father. So what is our connection with him? Or what his feeling connection with us? Seva connection. It's not a material father connection. There's nothing material in this. So anything which is spiritual means connection is seva. That includes, there's a vast area and many directions there. Seva is a connection. Shri Guru tells you to do this seva. The perfection lies in that seva. The perfection of that sadhaka is present in that seva. Is a matter of realization. It can manifest sooner or later. As we know the example of Shyamanand Prabhu. Na Heman Prabhu, what is that story? Shyamanand Prabhu grooming.
His name was Dukhi Krishnadas.
Thoda jor se.
And so
His name was Dukhi Krishnadas. Dukhi means, Indians knows this. है ना? Dukhi माने की?
Sad.
Sad.
So when he came to Vrindavan, he took shelter of Srila Jeev Goswami, and Jeev Goswami Pad gave him a service of mopping the floor of
Brooming, sweeping.
sweeping the floor with the
The streets of Vrindavan.
the streets of Vrindavan. So the place, and since his guru told him that if you find anything special, bring it and talk to me. So one day he was sweeping the streets and he found a nupur and he took it to Jeev Goswami ji, and Jeev Goswami says, some young girls will come and ask you, only give it to, tell them that my guru said, give it to the person who this belongs to. So when Radharani realizes that I lost my nupur, she sent Vishakha and Lalita and other Sakhis, and when they approached, Baba, we lost something that belongs to us. And he says, does this belong to you? She said, no, it belongs to my Sakhi. She says, I have a request from my guru that I can only give it to the person who this belongs to. And then they said, Baba, you're very, very chatur. So then, of course, Radharani came, and as soon as he gave Nupur and touched Radharani's feet, he got Asattvik Bhav, and then Radharani says, Aapka naam kya? What is your name? And then he said, Dukhi Krishnadas. And then he said, why Dukhi? You're always Sukhi. So your name is Shyamanand. Because you gave Anand to me and you gave Anand to Shyam. It matches both. So his name became Shyamanand.
Also, she took her
And
ankle.
So this is an example of Dukhi Krishna Das, whose name later given by Radharani as Shyamanand, means you giving bliss to Shyam, means to Krishna. But there is another example of one lady whose name was Dukhi in the pastime of Shri Mahaprabhu. Shri Mahaprabhu always singing and dancing in the courtyard of Shiva's Pandit, right? And devotees, because they were singing and dancing so much, they're coming out from that room to drink water, and they always see the pots are full of Ganga water. To surprise one day Mahaprabhu, he asked Shiva's Pandit, how these pots are always full? How come these pots are always full? Because devotees, they go out, they drink all the time. So Shiva's Pandit said, there's one maid. Her name is Dukhi. Dukhi means sad. Can you imagine the parents gave the name Dukhi? Her name is Dukhi. Mahaprabhu said, how is that possible? One who is selflessly serving the devotees can't be Dukhi. Change his name. She is Param Sukhi. So she was not even informing anyone, or not even telling anyone that she is doing that seva, but she was doing out of interest. So that connection happened between Mahaprabhu and that maid of Shiva's Pandit. The connection is seva, which attracted Mahaprabhu. Because nothing is hidden from him, and everything is revealed to him if he wants to know everything. Understand? So Mahaprabhu changed her name from Dukhi to Param Sukhi. Yeah, she's the most happiest person because she is serving the devotees. Another example, one Brahmin who approached Shiva's Pandit that, oh Shivas, I want to see the dance of Mahaprabhu. I heard it's a very ecstatic dance. Udanda Nitya, with so many mridangas, kartal, and Mahaprabhu dance in ecstasy. I want to see his dance. So can you please get permission for me? Ask Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu approached, Shiva's Pandit, he approached Mahaprabhu and he said, oh Mahaprabhu, there's one Brahmin who's never performed sin in his life. Not a single sin in his life. Mahaprabhu said, how come? Sinless person. Because he never ate grains in his life. From birth, he's only drinking milk. And since they sit on grains. We eat grains every day. Because in Kali Yuga, this is a verse from Shastras. In Kali Yuga, the pran, the life, is in the grains. And Kali Yuga Jivas, they can't live without grains. And there's always, not always, but yes, always, there are always sins present in grains. And when the sins present in grains, if you eat that grain, the sins, they affect our consciousness. And that's why the procedure is to offer to Krishna. Understand? We eat everything prasadam. We eat everything prasadam. Otherwise, consciousness affect. Now, practically thinking. No, I'm doing everything nicely. How does that grain or that grains affecting my consciousness? The effect of consciousness is the tendency or inspiration to serve Krishna or believe in the Krishna, words of Krishna, start declines there. That is effect. And Prashad Sevite Hai Sakala Prapanch Jai. Bhakti Thakur is saying, by taking Prashadam offered to Krishna, the consciousness or the seva attitude always remain sustained there. This is how this affects. So Shivas Pandit said, Mahaprabhu, he's sinless person because he never ate grain. He always surviving on milk. So that means he's sinless, he wants to see your dance. Mahaprabhu became very upset. And he said, just by drinking milk, is he recipient of my mercy? Where is seva? Drinking milk is his personal issue. I never told anyone to just, only those who drink milk, they can very easily attain me. That is personal problem. But connection with me is seva. What is his seva? What he did for me, that connect me. So that Dukhi, that lady who wasn't even praying or didn't want to even see Mahaprabhu dancing, she's only serving by filling the pots. She's going to Ganga, getting water from Ganga and filling the pots. She never even asked to see. This is seva. And Mahaprabhu was so pleased, he changed her name. But this Brahmin, who is very like a fulgent Brahmin, but there is no seva attitude there. Mahaprabhu rejected this. No. And then Brahmin then cursed Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu accepted that curse. Because he was already designing, he was planning to take sannyas. He was planning to take sannyas. But the principle he is establishing there is, anyone who wants to get connect with me is seva. And same principle applies to Gurudev and Krishna, because Mahaprabhu is the same thing. It's one and the same. So it is a seva, which is a connection link. If there is no seva, there is no connection. So now it is up to us. If we want that or if we don't want that. That's that simple. Krishna is not forcing anyone. Love is not about force. Seva is not about force. Understand? Even in that seva, now coming details to this seva, this was just a basic level, which is not for us basic. It is very high level. But I give one example. How this seva have to be very aligned. We as disciples, we need to know this. One of the prominent disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, I think his name was Parvat Maharaj, he told his disciple, I want take one ball of flour and make 2 chapatis for me. Okay? Because he was cooking and serving his guru. So instead of 2 chapatis, he made 3. Same quantity of flour. An interesting story. 3 chapatis. When the third came on the plate, and when Guru saw this, he gave a big slap on his face. Srila Bharati Maharaj said, I was sitting there and I was surprised. Why Maharaji is my Shiksha Guru and he is so learned? Why he just slapped his disciple? Because of what wrong? Then Srila Bharati Maharaj asked this question to him. He said, Maharaj, excuse me if I'm wrong, but I want to know this. He didn't wasted your flour, he didn't wasted your money. The same amount of flour, you'd ask him to make 2 chapatis, and instead of 2, he made 3. What wrong he did? He served you in a better way. And I see you slapped him, chastised him very hard, rude on him. Why? Then Maharaj replied, that one who slapped the disciple, he replied, it's not about 2 or 4 or 5 chapatis. It's about disobeying my order. if I will not correct him in the first place, then it becomes his habit forever. And if I'm correcting him at the first place just because of this simple interaction, it will be in his head forever. That Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Kori Aikya. Whatever Guru has said, Agya Guru Haya Avicharniya. Without any other consideration, accepting the words of Shri Guru as it is. Because disciple, he was not overshowing off, but he just thought, I make 3 of instead of 2. So it was not about 2 or 3 or 4. It was about what order is given to you. So then the Maharaji, he was establishing a principle to his disciple. Don't play. Radha, Rani Didi, please don't play. Let her do her own things. Because then I can't focus. So he was just making a principle there. How much is important to obey the order? And he was correcting him from very first incident, on the very first place. First place. Understand? This is so important. Then Maharaji said, I was thinking something else, but it came out something else. Understand? These are minute details of seva. Krishna wants, like there was one person. He said, I love Krishna, I like Krishna, you're Krishna. You worshipping Krishna, I worship Krishna, I love Krishna. But my practice is not like yours. You're chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I do yoga. I love Krishna because he's Yogeshwar. I said, who told you Krishna is Yogeshwar? And he said, there's a verse in Bhagavatam by Shukdev Goswami. I said, which verse in Bhagavatam? Oh, learned person. And he was giving me evidence from Bhagavatam. When Krishna is dancing with how many gopis?
100 million.
100 million gopis. And Shukdev Goswami announced a beginning of the festival. Ras Utsav Sampravarto Gopi Mandal Mandita Yogeshwarena Krishna Tasa Madden Dui Dui. Shukdev Goswami said this. Hence, the festival of Ras begins, and Krishna, who's Yogeshwar, is dancing with all the gopis. He said, I took this verse seriously. Krishna's Yogeshwar means he likes yoga. I said, Hari Bol. This is what you understand. With such a high class Kirtaniya, Shukdev Goswami is speaking Bhagavatam and is addressing Krishna with the word Yogeshwar. And this is how you took this word. He said, yes, because this is from Bhagavatam and you can't cross this. I said, yes, I understand this word in Bhagavatam and it's a very beautiful verse. But you have to understand the meaning of the verse. Here, the word Yogeshwar means the Ishwar of the yogis, addressed to Krishna by Shukdev Goswami. Wasn't that Krishna is the Ish or the Lord of the yogis. The word Yogeshwar here means, as yogis they can expand themselves in so many forms. Hence Krishna, he expanded himself in so many forms and interacting or reciprocating with 100 million gopis. That means he's seen all over. This is the meaning of Yogeshwar here. Oh, I never read this. I said, because you never heard Bhagavatam. And arguing on this. He's Lord of Yoga. Shukdev Goswami said, Lord of the Yogis. I said, but you have to understand what is the Yogeshwar means there. No, you making your own things. I said, well, okay. This verse is from which canto? He said, 10th canto. I said, I'm going to tell you one verse from 11th canto. I So are you familiar with the verse? Na sadhyati mam yogo, na sankhya dharma uddhava, na yogas tapas tyago, yatha bhaktir mamorjita. क्या मतलब? What is the meaning?
Not by yoga, tapasya, what is it? Knowledge, like knowledge-based, can one achieve bhakti. Bhakti mamorjita. Bhakti is superior to all these facets.
Krishna said, I'm not attainable with those who are after practicing yoga. First of all, the very first word is Na sadhyati mam yogo. I'm not attainable for the yogis, not for those who are tapasvis, performing austerities, not with any other means, as I'm attainable only and only with devotion. I said, this is 11th canto. And Krishna is saying this. Really? I never read this. I said, you're a yogi? Yes. So I said, read this. This is a word Krishna is telling directly to Uddhav. That if you want to attain me, you have to follow what? The bhakti yoga. Not simple yoga or hatha yoga. Or not with austerities or in any other means. Only with the bhakti. So this is the connection. If you take one word and misunderstand that word, it's your problem. It's not our problem. You are misunderstanding. The word Yogeshwar means what? Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Any other question? Yes.
You said Chaitanya Mahaprabhu changed the name of that girl Dukhi. What name did he give?
Param Sukhi. One who is serving the devotees. Param Sukhi. Love is like a perfume bottle. If you open the cap, what will happen? Perfume bottle, if you open the cap, it has to be tight, capped, right? Then our perfume always stay there. Prem, love is like that. Keep it tight. If we open this, means to expose this, it's going to evaporate. And therefore devotees, they always try to hide that love for Krishna or their service mood. They hide that. But Krishna take this as a challenge. You hiding, but I'm going to show this. Then who wins over? Who win over? Krishna win. Devotee cannot win there. So there are many details into the seva. How Shri Mahaprabhu rejected that Brahmin to see his dance in the courtyard of Srivas Pandit, and how Mahaprabhu named that Dukhi to Sukhi, and how this seva has Agya Guru Hoya Avicharniya, to obey the order without any consideration. So there are many direction and very vast this area of seva. Yes.
So I think it was backpacking off the original question. If not in the highest class of like association, how can we increase our bhakti? How can we serve if we're not in the highest association?
What do you mean by higher class of association?
Like directly with sadhu, Vaishnava.
Then we have another higher association. You can directly associate with Shukdev Goswami.
Yeah.
How come?
Or touching the book to the head and say, oh,
No, not touching the book. If you're just touching the book, it will be like a Gita ka sansar.
No, I wasn't that. I meant touching the book to the head, then reading, saying,
Oh,
"Oh, Prabhu,
touching.
you are not a book; you are Shukadev yourself." No.
Reading with faith.
Reading with understanding.
We understand.
Faith is always there. There's no doubt about faith. We are devotees, we are not atheists. We already have faith. But reading with understanding and reading with realizations, that matters. So directly associating with Shukdev Goswami, and we can directly associate with Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. How come? By reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. How many of us we read that? 2, 3, 4. Audiobook? It's a new way of. It's fine.
21st century or something.
Is that fine? Audiobook. I mean, we are hearing this while we're cooking or driving.
But not focus.
So, saying that, they're going to be a gift for all of you on Sunday, given by Radha Priya Didi and Hemant Prabhu. They're going to give you association in the form of audiobooks. Even they don't know. It's a surprise for them. And that surprise is because Hemant Prabhu's birthday coming soon. So I was thinking what to give a gift. So that's not any personal gift. My embrace and hug is gift.
Yes, Maharaj, your
But
association.
I want him to donate something on that day. Because I'm leaving, I won't be there on his birthday. But prior to that birthday, I have something for him to donate to all devotees here in Seattle. So that's a surprise. I'm very close to the surprise. I have some devotees understanding what I want to say. But keep it with you. And this gift or this surprise will be given on Sunday.
So everybody has to come. Only you get it only if you come. Right?
Yes,
In person.
you can't take for your relatives or your friends. You have to come in person. And also it's a very auspicious day. It's the Opinions Day of Shri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. It's a fasting day. Yeah. Fasting means you get prasadam, but not grains on that day. So Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Opinions Day, we're going to hear his glories and many other. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Answer my question.
Which one?
Seven
I'm sorry, which
generations.
one?
I was talking about how the jiva, that the duty that the jiva has to become Krishna conscious. When they become Krishna conscious, then they're liberating. We're told in Shastra that they're liberating 7 generations before and 7 generations after. So when a loved one has departed, is that not something we can do for them?
We can read Srimad Bhagavatam for them. We can't liberate them. Liberating someone, if you know swimming, then you can help a person who's drowning in the ocean. If we don't know how to swim, how can we help those who are sinking in the ocean? So with this amount of sadhan what we having is not enough to deliver anyone. This amount of sadhan is not enough. It needs a little higher level of sadhan. And sadhan means here very close to perfection. Because only a perfect person can deliver.
But that should be what we strive for.
We strive for, but we are not on that level yet.
But to say that
How
if I
you
should
get
have
to
love
know
for
this?
somebody-
How you got to know this statement? That if a person become devotee can deliver 7 generations. From where you got this?
They're in many different essentially Bhagavatam. It's in
Yeah, Srimad Bhagavatam. Where in Srimad Bhagavatam?
It's in the story of can't remember
Prahlad Maharaj?
Yeah, Prahlad Maharaj.
that, and then in all places. There's many places where it's like
Yes. So if there are many places there, you also have to see where and in whose context is been said. So they all are siddhas. They are not sadhakas. Only a siddha person can liberate.
So you can't do because I
No, we can do by reading Bhagavatam for him. We can give spiritual credits, but we can't deliver.
There's the story of at the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam that the one with the two brothers when
Gokarna.
yeah.
So Gokarna is a pure devotee of the Lord.
I'm
Yes.
not saying that we can do that. I'm saying that that should be just like we want Radha Dasyam and we want Guru Kripa. We also want to be able to help our jiva relatives.
Of course.
in-
Then read Bhagavatam. That's what I'm saying. You can give spiritual credits to the person, but you can't deliver that person. There's two different things. I can help you with my credits, giving $100 every day, but I can't give you my legacy. There's two different things. So we can help departed person with various means, but we can't deliver them. Deliverance in the hand of Srila Gurudev, because he's perfect. I myself is sinking, and how I can deliver others? I'm sinking. I cannot help him. I have to be very expert swimmer to help a person who is drowning. If I'm a learner, even then I can't help him. That makes a lot of difference. You getting my point?
Not exactly, but it'll do.
This is a very clear point. How can you deliver when you yourself is not delivered? That's my question to you.
I'm not saying that I can deliver anything.
You ask this question, that how we can deliver that person or his family members, they're doing practices and chanting and all that. How they can?
I was just quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam, and I'm asking, when we do seva, can we, you said to read Srimad Bhagavatam, but also I remember, when my son died, my father told me, he said, every day when you chant your japa, you're going to think of your son. So
Think
when
of?
you're going to think of your son.